Hey, good morning. It's Willie at Iron Horse. Today we're going to talk about some piston rings real quick. Here's your top ring, keystone. When they talk about ring gap, it's this gap right here. When it goes down in the cylinder, it closes. That's when they talk about ring gap. That's what they're talking about. This is your intermediate ring, or your second ring, scraper. Few different terms they use. Same deal, squeezes together, gives you in gap. This is your oil control ring. It's two pieces. This little spring guy actually fits in here, and then you want that little painted piece right here to go in where your ring in gap is. Then you know you got it all. That way you make sure this end that comes apart is the opposite of this gap right here. So now I got the rings put on the piston. So this is the thrust of the piston. The wrist pin is over here. So you don't want your end gap to be on the thrust of the piston. When you assemble it, you want it to be basically in quarters. So I'm going to put one there, and you don't line them up. You want them to be opposites. So then I move this guy over here. And then I move this guy over here. So now I'm ready for an oil bath. So I'm going to take this guy. We'll bring you along. We're just going to dump him in this painter's bucket. All that is 1540. Whatever engine oil you're going to use in the engine, you just put a half a quart or so in a little painter's pail, and you give it a little dunk. Pull it out, see how the rings are all nice and full, and then all this oil will run down the skirts, and then we'll squeeze it in the ring compressor and put it in. Okay, so now we got this piston all smashed in a. We don't do a ton of DT466, so I haven't bought a real ring compressor yet. It's got a little clam. Collapse it around. It's made out of thick aluminum. It's a lot better, and it's a lot more precision for fitting down inside for a specific engine that you're working on. Just works a lot better. So anyway, when I say a real one, this is a real one. Okay, so now we're going to grab this dude. And we're going to stick him in the hole here. I will show you pushing it down in there. So we'll set him in there, and then I'll get him lined up for I use the valves or the piston or whatever to make sure square for down below. And we'll just give it a little push. Oh, I'm about to go get my hammer. Okay, so I just grabbed my piston hammer. It's really not, it's just a rubber hammer. You don't want to smash your pistons with a metal hammer. There you go. All these guys are in there. So now we'll pull these bolts right here that I put in washer to hold these liners down, because these liners like to bounce out pretty easily. So I held them down with these bolts and washers, so when you bar the engine over, it doesn't push the liner out. And now we'll clean it up and put the head on.